Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. In today's video we are diving back to Mem, or back into Mem. I did a video on Mem, I think it was early January. It looks like it is based on the notes I've added in my Mem account. But I did a video on it early January. This is the new Mem experience, Mem 2.0. And I wanted to talk a little bit and show you a little bit around how it has developed and my thoughts on where it is going in the future, because I think that Mem has started to figure out what they are going to be. But the question is, have they figured it out too late? But let's just jump into the app and show you a little bit around how it works. So yesterday I actually tested this out and the chat didn't work properly, so I'm hoping that it does now. But like, you can add a new node, and this is like the new interface. Up here you have the chat, so you can open the chat in your sidebar here, and you also have the Copilot, which just shows you related notes. And if you've tried any other like AI note-taking app, these related notes are starting to get really good. I'm not saying that they are perfect, but they are getting much better than the first version of Mem, like related notes that they had earlier, because they had something called related notes which didn't work out, or didn't work exactly how you would want it to work. Now they have changed it a little bit. They're calling it Copilot. I would still like it to be called related notes. At least right now, it might become a real Copilot later, but as of right now, it is just a related notes feature. And you also have the chat here where you can see new chats, you can see past chats, and you can resume the last chat. One thing they've added since the last time I looked at it is that I can now pick, like, look at notes from a date, or from a specific collection or a specific note when I am asking questions. Right now I have set it to any relevant notes, but you could specify a collection, a note, or even a day. So let's go ahead and let's create a new note. I am starting to get I'm starting to like this interface a lot better than I have done before. Like, I've never liked the timeline view of your notes, but I am starting to like this. It is starting to grow on me. But we can start off with just adding a note. So let's say task list for today is the 29th of May. So we can write it like this. That didn't work out. Let's try again. So task list for 29th of May 25. And we can do backslash, and we can do, you have a bunch of options here, but I am looking for tasks. Task list. This also works with Markdown, so I could do square brackets instead, uh, like this, and get a task. So let's say I wanted to go for a run, film 2 YouTube videos, like this. What's really, or what I really like about this is that I could do double square, or it actually doesn't work with double square brackets. You have to do at. One thing I would like is that if any of, or all of the note-taking apps would have the same keyboard shortcuts for getting things like backlinking or tasks. If all of them could just use regular Markdown, I would be super happy. But you can actually backlink by doing an at and clicking on something. So film YouTube video about, for example, and I can do second brain like this. And that's basically how I would do like a task list inside of here. The main reason for why I am adding a task list is because the first version of Mem I tested out back in, I think it was around the pandemic, so 21, 22. It's been a few years. The that version actually had tasks and I really liked it. But now you're supposed to use the chat to find tasks. So what tasks do I have? Let's try that. I might have to prompt it differently, but I had this same issue yesterday where it took a while. Now it actually works, but yesterday it just didn't come up. So it actually does a good job. So it finds the tasks here. Let's try just um, checking these off, and let's try that again. So what unfinished tasks do I have? Let's try that and see if it works. Because if this works, then you don't actually need that task, like a dedicated task view, because you can just use the AI. So it actually finds a lot of the task is actually, it actually finds everything. I can press show the thought process, so it shows what the AI does. It searches unfinished tasks, searching deeper across your notes and collections, and it's reading to notes to find the answer. So if you're looking for something specific, it might be good to see what the AI has done. So let's also do uh, what do you know about the second brain? No, about second brain, because I know that I have a podcast transcript inside of here. Let's give it a second. I still think it is a little slow, not very slow, but a little slow. So it found the note and it found a few takeaways right here. I can go into the note, I can save it as a note, I can copy it, I can look at the sources, and I can mark it as good or bad. It actually does quite a good job. There are a couple more things they've added since the last time. I think the AI chat has gotten a lot better, but there are a couple of things they've added. So they've added an email integration where you can send emails to your mem, and they've also added API and a Zapier integration, which are both features that I really like. One thing to keep in mind about like Mem and the whole experience with Mem is that it feels like it hasn't always been able to know exactly what it wants to be. It hasn't like it has changed the way it wants to work a couple of times, and it feels like they're starting to figure that out. Like they want to become one of these applications that wants to be more of a personal like AI, because you have things like ChatGPT, Claude, which work really well, but they don't always have all of your context. Mem is trying to become like a note-taking app that has all of your context, and you can work based on that and almost have like a thinking partner based on all of your notes. That's what it feels like it is trying to do right now. Whether or not that is a good thing and it will work in the long run, given all the competition in the note-taking space, is a little hard to say. But I think like Mem is going in the right direction. The question is just, is it too late? Because it has been around. Like when it first came out, it was an amazing idea, an amazing application. People would run into Mem because it promised that you would never have to actually organize your stuff ever again. And it did an okay job with the AI stuff. It was just that the normal like note-taking experience didn't work really well, which is important. Like you can't just slap AI on top of a bad product and expect it to be really good. So they've fixed a lot of that, but as they've like fixed things and figured things out, we have gotten a lot more applications that do a lot of the same things. So Reflect is one. Notion now has AI. We also have Raycast, which isn't exactly the same thing, but you can actually use it with different note-taking apps. So you can actually talk to your Apple Notes, for example. You can talk to your Raycast notes. You can talk to Super Notes. You can talk to your Google Documents or Google Docs. We have had a lot of competition in this space. It is much harder now. So the question is it too late? I think that Mem has gotten a lot better. I think it is a much better product than it was. It is currently free because it isn't fully out yet, but I think it is a really exciting product. And as I said, like earlier, or last year, December last year, I am really excited to see Mem develop, and I think that they're going in the right direction, but I still think that it lacks a little. But it will be really interesting to continue watching its development. That covers today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.